What's up, gamers? Welcome back to the channel. What a week it's been, folks. The Blue Protocol, Star Resonance developers have been on fire, dropping the massive global release news and wrapping up a beta test that had everyone talking. And yep, we're diving straight into the hype. If you're a Blue Protocol fan, or just diving into the world of this stunning online action RPG, you're in for a treat. Today, we're breaking down all the epic and insane moments into everything that went down during the Star Resonance event, which just wrapped up with a cosmic bang. From limited-time quests and new celestial-themed gear to some of the most visually jaw-dropping bosses we've seen yet, Star Resonance brought the heat and the hype. I'm breaking down all the highlights, some notable rewards, and new lore bombs that had the entire community buzzing. Whether you participated or missed out, I've got the full breakdown right here. Without further ado, let's dig in. The recently concluded 3-week Chinese gameplay closed beta test was held between April 24th and May 15th, 2025. And yes, it was jam-packed. Lots of well-known content creators participated. Servers gets easily full and lots of players roaming around the map. You knew this wasn't your average MMO. Every environment felt handcrafted, like you walked straight into an anime world. And yeah, let's not ignore the flexing. People showing off their gear, finding OP combos, customizing their characters like it was a fashion show. Beta testers were living their best lives. At the end of the day, this CBT wasn't just a sneak peek, it was a celebration. A taste of what's coming. The game was originally developed by the Japanese developers Bandai Namco. Despite its stunning visuals and engaging combat, the game struggled with player retention and monetization issues, leading to its shutdown in January 2025. Recognizing the potential of Blue Protocol, Tencent, a group of Chinese developers entered into an agreement with Bandai Namco to license the IP. This deal allowed Tencent to use the game's assets. Under this agreement, Tencent established Shanghai Bokura Network technology to spearhead the development of a revamped version of the game. The new iteration, titled Blue Protocol, Star Resonance, is not merely a continuation but a comprehensive overhaul. Key enhancements include cross-platform play, designed for PC and mobile with cross-play and cross-progression features. Enhanced customization, deeper character personalization options, dynamic combat, faster-paced combat tailored for mobile optimization, open-world exploration, transition from zoned areas to a seamless open world with added features like flying, improved AI, redesigned monster behaviors for more engaging encounters. In summary, Tencent's acquisition and revitalization of Blue Protocol into Star Resonance represent a significant transformation, aiming to deliver a more polished and globally accessible MMORPG experience. There are some noticeable improvements and optimizations in the graphics department of Blue Protocol, Star Resonance, especially when compared to the original version. For many players who were lucky enough to get access to the Chinese beta, these upgrades stand out. Whether it's enhanced textures, smoother performance, or more detailed environments, it's clear that the game has evolved visually since its initial release. Star Resonance leans closer to traditional anime, not just in style but in spirit. Characters blend into this world effortlessly, not just because of how they look, but how they move. Animations flow naturally, faces show real emotion, and even the smallest gesture feels like part of something bigger. Powered by Unreal Engine, optimized for seamless performance, Star Resonance raises the bar, blending artistic vision with the immersive weight of a living, breathing world. And that's what this game sets apart to others. The game offers a lot when it comes to customizing your character, enhanced customization, deeper character personalization options, and more. This isn't your typical click-and-go setup. Here, every choice matters. I would say character customization in this game is far and way better than Crystal of Atlan. Abundant of skins and costumes choices, you can edit the hair, face, and eyes as well. The customization system is quietly intricate. Not flashy, but focused. Not overwhelming, but detailed. Every feature invites your attention. This game lives up to its name, anime MMORPG. I've played a lot of MMORPGs over the years. Different worlds, different systems, countless characters created. But out of all of them, if players treat this feature seriously, Blue Protocol Star Resonance might just have the most intricate and time-consuming character customization I've ever seen. There are 7 classes in this game that is officially announced for the upcoming global release, although there's one class teased on their official website. This class might gonna come on future updates. Like your typical MMO classes, Blue Protocol Star Resonance has class specializations and roles as well. The Heavy Guardian is a tank class specialist built for high survivability and sustained frontline combat. With access to taunt abilities, damage-reducing skills, and resistance buffs, the Heavy Guardian excels at soaking up damage and controlling enemy aggression. One of the class's standout features is a skill that grants brief invincibility, allowing players to bypass incoming damage during critical moments. Combined with multiple defensive options and utility skills, the Heavy Guardian can anchor fights and protect allies effectively. However, the class comes with clear drawbacks. The long cooldowns on core abilities can make combat feel inconsistent, especially when key skills are unavailable. Its heavy attack animations and slower pace can also feel clunky during solo play or outside of coordinated group content. During the closed beta test, the Heavy Guardian saw relatively low pick rates compared to the Shield Knight, another tank class. Many players opted for the Shield Knight due to its smoother kit and more responsive mechanics, a contrast that made the Heavy Guardian's limitations more noticeable. Still, with tuning and balance adjustments, the Heavy Guardian has the potential to carve out a niche as a durable, high-resistance tank for players who enjoy a more methodical, strategic playstyle. The Stormblade class does feature some area of effect, AoE, capabilities, though its AoE potential isn't as consistent or wide-reaching as that of the Frostmage. However, during the closed beta test, the Stormblade performed relatively well, thanks to its explosive burst windows. In certain scenarios, especially during short, high-intensity engagements, the Stormblade's burst damage was able to surpass even the Frostmage, making it a formidable DPS option when timed and executed properly. The Wind Knight is a spear-wielding class that specializes in damage over time effects, offering a fast-paced, agile combat style. Compared to the Frostmage or Marksman, the Wind Knight has slightly better survivability, making it a more balanced choice for players who want to stay mobile without being overly fragile. Similar in concept to the Stormblade class from the closed beta test, the Wind Knight uses an aerial, acrobatic combat style. While visually impressive, this flashy approach has its drawbacks, especially when facing small or fast-moving enemies. Many of the Wind Knight's attacks rely on precise positioning and timing, and missing a combo or whiffing a jump can lead to significant DPS loss. The class also struggles against bosses that move frequently, as its air-based skill set can be difficult to land consistently in high-mobility fights. As of the beta, the Wind Knight is currently considered to have the lowest DPS output among all available classes. However, it's important to note that its performance during the closed beta test was impacted by bugs affecting certain skills, which prevented the class from functioning as intended. Whether this will be addressed in the full release remains to be seen, but with the right balance changes, the Wind Knight has the potential to become a refined and rewarding pick for players who enjoy fluid movement-heavy combat. The Marksman excels at high single-target DPS, making it an ideal pick for dealing with bosses and elite enemies. Thanks to its long-range kit, the class can stay safely positioned from a distance, reducing risk while maintaining pressure on priority targets. Similar to the Frost Mage, the Marksman thrives in ranged combat. However, it has the added advantage of low cooldowns, allowing for consistent damage output, especially when paired with a haste-focused build. One of the class's standout features is its ultimate skill, which boasts the largest gathering effect in the game, perfect for pulling enemies together during coordinated encounters. In addition, the Marksman has access to a team-wide defensive skill that grants 5 seconds of invulnerability, which can be a game-changer in tight moments. That said, the class has its drawbacks. Outside of Arrow Rain and its ultimate, the Marksman's damage is mostly single-target focused, which can make it less effective in large mob encounters. Like the Frost Mage, it's also quite squishy, with low HP and defense, requiring careful positioning and awareness. Finally, while the ultimate is powerful, it comes with a lengthy 60-second cooldown, though this can be reduced slightly through haste builds. Overall, the Marksman felt well balanced during the closed beta test, offering solid utility and high precision damage for players who favor a tactical, ranged playstyle. The Frost Mage stands as the undisputed king of AoE in Blue Protocol, Star Resonance, offering powerful area control and explosive burst damage. A key feature of the class is a low cooldown skill that pulls enemies together, setting the stage for devastating AoE combos. Despite its AoE dominance, the Frost Mage also holds its own in single target damage, making it a versatile DPS choice. One of its biggest strengths is its mobility. The ability to attack while moving gives players the freedom to reposition during dangerous encounters without sacrificing DPS. This is a luxury that many melee classes simply don't have. The Frost Mage also benefits from its ranged playstyle, allowing it to stay at a safe distance while continuously dealing damage, a major advantage in high-risk scenarios and complex boss fights. However, the class does come with its challenges. The Frost Mage is heavily reliant on positioning to maximize AoE damage, and many of its skills come with long cast times, which can leave it vulnerable if interrupted. For example, the Ice Beam, a high-damage channeling skill, loses its effectiveness if the player is forced to move, use utility skills, or respond to mechanics mid-cast. When that happens, DPS can drop sharply. Lastly, like the Marksman, the Frost Mage is among the squishiest classes in the game, with low health and limited defense. This makes situational awareness and mobility crucial when navigating dungeons or encounters with complex mechanics. Despite these weaknesses, the Frost Mage saw overwhelming popularity during the closed beta test, with high demand for its exceptional DPS potential and crowd control capabilities in both solo and party content. The Verdant Oracle is currently the only dedicated healer class in Blue Protocol Star Resonance. As such, it's consistently in high demand for both dungeons and raid content, where a healer is essential for group survival and success. The class provides a strong support toolkit, including mobile shields that can be deployed to protect teammates and damage reduction abilities to mitigate incoming threats. In group content, particularly in overworld or open-area scenarios, teams often chose to forego a tank in favor of an extra DPS, but healers remained a constant requirement, highlighting the Verdant Oracle's critical role. The primary downside of the Verdant Oracle is its low solo damage output. Players who prefer solo play or damage-heavy roles might find the class less engaging, as it lacks the burst or sustained DPS needed for efficient solo progression. Additionally, the gameplay may feel passive for those who enjoy more aggressive, fast-paced combat roles. During the closed beta test, the Verdant Oracle showed no major weaknesses aside from its limited damage potential. Its utility, healing power, and group value made it a must-have in nearly every party composition. Whether in high-end raids or casual dungeon runs, the Verdant Oracle was always in demand, and that likely won't change anytime soon. The Shield Knight is a versatile tank class capable of protecting allies, sustaining the team, and even contributing to damage, all at once. One of its standout features is its healing ring, which provides self-healing and party-wide regeneration, making it a valuable support tank in any group. Beyond healing, the Shield Knight also brings a powerful defensive escape tool, which proves invaluable in coordinated group content where timing and survivability are critical. While traditionally a tank, the Shield Knight has the flexibility to adapt into a semi-DPS build for solo play, offering players more options based on their preferred style. It also has access to a Cheat Death Revive skill, which automatically brings the player back once per cooldown, a huge asset in endgame encounters where a single mistake can cost the run. That said, the Shield Knight isn't without its limitations. Compared to the Heavy Guardian, it lacks burst damage potential, and it doesn't perform as effectively in AoE clearing when compared to dedicated DPS classes. Its healing abilities, while impactful, come with long cooldowns, requiring careful timing and planning during intense fights. During the closed beta test, the Shield Knight performed impressively in the tank role, and in some cases even took on aspects of a healer, thanks to its healing ring. Its versatility and utility made it a favorite for many players, especially those looking for a balanced, adaptable tank class that supports the team while holding its own. In the latest closed beta test, CBT, of Blue Protocol, Star Resonance, 8 life skills were introduced, enriching the game's non-combat activities and providing players with diverse ways to engage with the world of Regnas. These life skills allow players to gather resources, craft items, and contribute to the in-game economy. These life skills not only offer alternative gameplay avenues but also play a crucial role in the game's economy and item progression systems. Engaging in these activities can provide valuable resources for personal use or for trading with other players. Doing life skill activities cost you stamina. Stamina consumption change depends on what activity you engage. For example, gem mining costs you 10 stamina while gem crafting needs 20. Like skills recharged 400 stamina per day and can be stacked up to 2,000. The majority of beta testers' community has already voiced strong concerns regarding the game's monetization, criticizing it as unfair toward free-to-play players. These concerns have been significant enough that the developers addressed them in Q&A sessions and live streams, acknowledging the imbalance and promising future adjustments to make the system more equitable. So, what exactly made it feel unfair during the beta? The primary issue revolves around the conversion of unbound Rose Orbs to unbound Luno via the auction house. Rose Orbs can be directly purchased through the in-game top-up system. Once obtained, they can be converted into unbound Luno, a currency used to purchase various in-game items, including those that are typically time-gated. Now, while it's true that unbound Luno can technically be earned through gameplay, non-paying players have extremely limited methods to do so. This creates a situation where whales, players who spend large sums, can bypass time restrictions and gain access to premium resources much faster, putting free-to-play players at a significant disadvantage. To their credit, Tencent has acknowledged the backlash and reassured the community that changes will be made to address these concerns. And for those wondering whether this monetization model will carry over to the global release, it's a valid concern. However, given the intense scrutiny and community feedback in the Chinese beta, there's hope that the global version will take a more balanced and player-friendly approach. Imajinns are mystical beings, essentially the souls of various creatures, that inhabit the world of Blue Protocol star resonance. You can get Imajinns in a few ways through crafting, special in-game events, or by buying them up from the auction house. In the original Blue Protocol, Imajinns are divided into 3 main categories. Battle Imajinn, these fight alongside you in combat, offering active support in battles. Then there's Mount Imajinns, which you can ride to travel faster across the game world. And finally, Equipment Imajinns, which boost your stats passively when attached to your gear. As of the most recent closed beta test, CBT, only Battle Imajinns have been introduced, at least to the best of my knowledge. If you know otherwise, feel free to share in the comments below. Each Imajinn comes with its own unique traits, stats, and rarity levels. You can enhance and level them up to boost their effectiveness. If you've played other MMOs, you can think of Imajinns as pets, but with more versatility. They can be summoned in combat, provide buffs, attach to your equipment, and even act as mounts. You can equip up to 2 Imajinns at a time, giving you plenty of room to strategize and customize your setup. The guild system was never implemented in the original Blue Protocol. However, with the game now under new development by a Chinese team, things have changed. As part of a major overhaul, they've officially introduced guilds in the most recent Chinese beta test, adding another exciting layer of content to the game. Just like in most MMOs, the guild system in Star Resonance is pretty straightforward, but it comes with some fun and rewarding features. One of the main highlights is the Guild Raid Boss, available twice a week. These large-scale battles bring your guild together to take down powerful enemies. And yes, the rewards are definitely worth it. Another unique feature is the Guild Dance event. It's a light-hearted activity where guild members participate in a synchronized dance. The longer your guild keeps the dance going, the better the rewards. Guild progression also plays a big role. By completing guild missions, you can level up your guild, unlocking useful buffs and earning in-game rewards like bound Rose Orbs and other valuable resources. So whether you're in it for the battles, the social fun, or the extra perks, joining a guild in Blue Protocol Star Resonance is definitely worth considering. And that wraps up our look at the latest closed beta test for Blue Protocol Star Resonance. Overall, the beta gave us a solid glimpse into how far this reimagined version of the game has come, and it's safe to say, the progress is impressive. Despite all the great content we got to experience, like guild raids, high-level co-op missions, and deeper customization, some major systems are still noticeably absent. PvP, or player versus player combat, wasn't available this time around. For those craving competitive gameplay, this was a bit of a letdown. We've seen hints that PvP is planned, but so far, no concrete details have emerged. And finally, a lot of the true endgame content is still under wraps. Things like ultra-difficult raids, high-tier dungeon mechanics, ranked challenges. These weren't included in the beta, and we're hoping to see them in future tests or the full release. So while the beta delivered a solid foundation, it's clear the full potential of Blue Protocol Star Resonance is still building. And honestly, that just makes us more excited for what's next. Thanks for watching. If you're hyped about the future of Star Resonance, or if you've got thoughts on what should come next, drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell for more updates. Until next time, stay sharp, and I'll see you in the next adventure.